And welcome back, Smackers. We're continuing our Oscars preview and commentary here on Cosmic Smack. And we're about to get into what I said would be likely the first major award presented on Sunday evening, and that is Best Supporting Actress. My feeling, or at least let me start with who I would support first. Clearly, I'm all in for Wunmi Mosaku. I thought it was excellent. I thought the movie overall was great, but her role really was a star-making role. I mean, she has had other credits, but this really was a fabulous turn by her. But Amy Madigan, as I said, came out of left field in the horror movie Weapons as the sort of controlling evil auntie who is a kind of shifter, horrible creature. And I think the general sentiment, because I should point out that I've watched a lot and read a lot of other previews, just so you don't have to. And the general sentiment is that Amy Madigan is likely to win. There are also some kind of feelings that Tiana Taylor, despite her kind of shortened presence in One Battle After Another, did enough to possibly come in with the Oscar ballot. I am saying Madigan should win, or at least will win, but if I had a ballot, it would, definitely be Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners. So, continuing supporting category, Best Supporting Actor, again, Delroy Lindo, I mean, was just magnificent in Sinners and really put on a show, and he's been in the business for about 50 years. This was his first Oscar nomination, which surprised folks like me who knew him from Clockers and Malcolm X as West Indian Archie, which when I said West Indian back in those days, they more than likely meant Jamaican, but that's an aside. Delroy Lindo was fabulous, but if I'm being honest, just as good was Sean Penn in One Battle After Another. I mean, really created a lane, an identity, a compelling reason to watch him in that movie, and he was really horrible as a character, but he was terrific in terms of what he delivered on screen. Others, Stellan Skarsgård, who I think probably a little older than Delroy Lindo, also suffered a stroke some years back, recovered, has an interesting turn in sentimental value. Some people feel like they might give it to him as a sort of tribute as well. I personally am not seeing that, and there are precursor evidences. Penn won the BAFTAs and also the Screen Actors Guild Award. So I'm thinking that unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because we're not here to put down any particular individual. I really would have preferred that it go to Delroy. No, it still could, but it looks likely at this stage that it will be Sean Penn. The lead actress category, this is one that most pundits are saying will belong to the star of another movie that we really didn't quite get through, and that is Jessie Buckley in Hamnet. Everybody seems pretty much unanimous on the fact that she will eclipse the rest of the field, and so I won't belabor that one too much. Now, here we come to another part of the Sinner Sucker Punch. Best lead actor. Yes. In the run-up, in the the pre-Oscars shows, the Critics' Choice and the BAFTAs and the Screen Actors Guild, well, we'll save that one for a little bit. The run-up was really all about Timothée Chalamet in Marty Supreme, which I actually enjoyed more than I was expecting to. Not quite a likable character, very nuanced. Somebody you'd have to really see the movie if you haven't yet. I do recommend it because Marty is driven by his ambition, but that ambition leads him into some really horrible choices. And most of the time, even though he eventually comes through, he does suffer some serious consequences. But After the incident in at the BAFTAs, right, involving Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan and the gentleman suffering from Tourette syndrome, and specifically the response of Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan being very cool, very dignified, not trying to make a big deal of it, registering afterwards their dissatisfaction with how it went down, and you may, if you're following the industry, you may have seen all of that kerfuffle. It seems to have elevated Michael Jordan, Michael B. Jordan, in the running for the Oscar, because I will point out at this juncture too that the balloting, the voting for the Oscars actually closed on March 5th, which was a mere 8 days ago or 9 days ago if you're probably looking at this on Saturday morning. And the Screen Actors Guild Award went to Michael B. Jordan. And now, it's not hard and fast, of course, but generally about 70% of the time, the actor award is a reliable precursor for the Oscars. Doesn't mean, of course, that Chalamet or Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another are shut out, but it does mean that Michael B. Jordan has come into the ascendancy for consideration in that major award. So let us then now also look at the screenplay awards, because we've said best picture and director are going to be split. Sinners is up for best original screenplay. There's a feeling that it's likely to get it, but it's again facing competition from some of the other entrants in the field. Best film editing is also facing competition from Frankenstein and F1. Some people feel that it might go to F1 for all of that fizzy motor car. Come on, it's not a motor car. Race car scenes. Very high speed stuff. Really thrilling if you like a good popcorn movie. And F1 also up for best achievement in sound. Frankenstein is felt will likely take what we call the aesthetics awards, which is best costuming and best hair and makeup, and probably also best production design. So again, those are three other awards that Sinners is also up for, but possibly may be left out of at the last, when everything is counted up, of course. So just to recap, we're going to say that Best Picture, more than likely Sinners, or at least a good shot for Sinners. Best Director, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. Best Lead Actor, likely Michael Jordan, could also be Chalamet, could also be Leonardo DiCaprio. Best Supporting Actor, likely as a Delroy Lindo, Sean Penn first, and then possibly Delroy Lindo or Stellan Skarsgård. Supporting Actress, three-way toss-up, Tiana Taylor, Wunmi Mosaku, likely winner Amy Madigan for Weapons. And there are, of course, other minor technical awards. And there is a casting award, which is brand new this year. And the lady who was casting director for Sinners is one of the most universally revered and respected in that field. So she's considered a lock for that. Other interesting one before I go, best two of them actually. Best original song and best score. Original song, some stiff competition emerging from, of all places, K-pop Demon Hunters with that song called Golden. I'm not a K-pop person per se, and I'm even less likely to be drawn to a film with Demon Hunters in the title, but that is the rage these days among a certain demographic, and they're figuring that the song is very, very popular. The Sinner song, which I like, not just like, love, I Lie to You, co-written by Ludwig Göransson and Raphael Sadiq, featured in that montage scene. Really, really excellent, life-changing montage scene in the movie. Again, if you haven't seen it, can't recommend it too highly. But that's where the competition is for original song. For Score Against Sinners, up against Frankenstein and a couple of others. Might squeak it out, we're not sure. So there you have it. The Oscars, I think coverage will begin at about 6 p.m. local time with all the red carpet and the schmaltzy, glitzy, who's wearing what and how you feeling and those type of featurettes before the show. And then I think it gets underway at 7. Conan O'Brien is hosting this year. We had gotten used to Jimmy Kimmel. I think Jimmy Kimmel should have retained it. And also Conan has said he's not going to do any jokes about a particular orange person who shall remain nameless but rhymes with hump. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. Tune in. Let me know your picks in the comments if you'd like, and get in there, enjoy the Oscars, and let's see how it turns out. Until next time, Michael Edwards saying peace.